Welcome back to AM Outdoors. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to build this. Just got her done, about 2.5 hours. Got a dual USB with a voltmeter. This switch runs the dual 4-inch speakers. That's also connected to a Bluetooth amp, so I'm playing music off of my phone. This runs the 4 pod lights here, so you can see what you're doing when you're walking in the fish house. Nice flashlight. And I also included banana jacks. You can use those to either charge it, you just have to have the switch on, plug your positive negative the charger in, or you could run fish house lights as well, like I'm gonna do. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. Today's video is brought to you by AMPED Outdoors, lithium company brand. They were kind enough to send me out a battery for this box I'm going to build here. She's an 18 amp hour, 12 volt. It's going to be perfect for what I'm going to be sticking inside of this big old 50 cal ammo crate box here. So today I'm going to basically be putting these 4-inch LED speakers into the side here, one on each side. I'll leave everything I'm using in the description for you guys to go pick out. So I got 2 4-inch speakers here. They come with little rubber gaskets. Obviously the wire comes with them. And then this Bluetooth amp, that's what powers it all. Connect it to your phone, listen to music when you're ice fishing. And use some Velcro strips here. And use that to secure the battery inside of there so she's not moving around when you're traveling. A couple tools you're going to need today. Go invest in a nice stripper here. That doesn't sound bad at all. You can use a old-fashioned stripper, it just takes a lot longer. I actually don't have a crimper, I gotta go pick one up. I don't have any of my electrical stuff that I normally have at home, so you need a Stanley knife of some sort. I'm just going to use an inline fuse here. I'm going to be sticking some pod lights inside of this thing so you can see what you're doing when you're walking to your fishing spot. One of these banana jacks, I'm going to use that to charge it, and as well when you're out in the water you can connect your lights to it, run your portable lights. Really handy. I got a dual USB / voltmeter here. I'm going to wire in so you can charge your phone, see what your battery is at for percentage. Not percentage, but how charged it is on the voltage. Got some switches here. These are really nice switches. Some of them are junk, but they're really easy to replace if you break one. 3 different types of wire here. It's all 18 gauge. I got red, white, and black so you can tell. I like color coding it. Red positive, black negative, white accessory. I'll explain that when I start building it. Tape measure, electrical tape, pen, pencil, so you can write down and mark what you got to cut. I got a lot of cutting to do yet. I already traced where the speakers are going to go. So I'm going to start drawing what I need to cut out here, and I'll see you guys when I get it cut out. Oh, I also got a Dremel that would make that a lot easier to cut them perfect circles. I got my drill, and to make this a lot easier, I got a, I don't even know what the size, 13/16 and an 1 1/8 I think. I'll correct that if I'm wrong, but circle bits. Makes it really easy to cut the spots for the USB and the switches without wrecking anything, without tearing the box up. So stay tuned. I'll catch you guys when I get these holes cut out. Got one done. Kind of a messy project. Doesn't have to be perfect because there's a big lip on the speaker. So, looks like crap now. It'll look pretty good when you get the speaker set in there. Do a little test fit here. That is perfect, actually. Nice and flush. Do one more. Then we gotta cut the holes for the pod lights. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna do one side maybe. I wanted to incorporate black lights onto this, but I don't know how I'm gonna do that. If I just run strips around the bottom like I normally do, but that kind of looks like crap, so. I wish I'd make black light pod lights, but I cannot find any. So I might have to run 2 battery boxes in my portable just so I can have black lights. There's the second hole. Make sure this one fits as well. Oh yeah. Sweet. I already cut the holes for the switches. I'm just gonna run 4. I know it looks a little crooked, but it's almost impossible with this drill bit to get straight holes. And I already got the voltmeter and USB port in. Now I have to figure out how many lights I want. Went and picked up this Milwaukee drill bit set since I don't have one here. Now I'm pretty sure the lights are a 3/8 inch drill bit. I'm gonna run 4. Go a little overboard. That looks about right, 3/8. So now I need to measure it. Four holes drilled, not the straightest, but it'll do. So now I need to drill one last couple holes here for my banana jacks. Now, I'm not sure what those are. Just gonna eyeball this. actually fits. Nope, need to go up one size higher. $13.64. There we go. Here we go. Got all the holes drilled. I'm gonna do a little cleaning up here and we'll get ready to start wiring stuff. Alrighty, I'm gonna start getting some switches put in here for you guys. So we got 4 switch holes. These switches are really nice and they're really cheap. Just gonna use one of each color. There's green, blue, yellow, and red. Now these have 3 prongs on them. One's a negative, one's a positive, and one's an accessory. And I'll explain that when I get her wired up here. It's actually really simple wiring. Now you might have to shave a little bit of this plastic off if you want it to sit flush. But not too much that you wreck it and then you can't, you have an imperfection in there that you don't want to see. There. There, just like that. 4 switches are installed. Now what I'm going to do, these speakers come with these rubber gaskets, which gives you a nice blueprint of the circle you need. Just trace out and cut out the inside of the gasket circle. Got 3M tape on them. See how much I can screw this up here. Pretty good. Now it comes with screws here for the speakers. They're a little long, but I'm going to have to make do. I should have maybe picked up some smaller screws, but It'd also be nice if I had a drill bit, which I don't. So I'm gonna have to pre-drill the holes and then use a screwdriver. Nice. Now I want to give a huge shout out to Amped Outdoors for sending me a battery. I actually picked up an Amped Outdoors 12 amp hour last winter, or last fall I guess, for ice fishing season. And I got my Helix 7 powered by that, and it is a world of difference compared to a sealed lead acid battery. Now my cousin has a different brand of lithium battery. His is actually a little cheaper, but the Amped Outdoors outperformed it every time. Almost seems like they even charge faster than other brands. So I highly recommend, if you guys go to Amped Outdoors, I'll leave the link in the description, but head over there and pick one out. Tell them Hoyam Outdoors sent you. Great company, free shipping in the United States. They shipped this out in like 2 days. Fastest shipping I've ever seen. Faster than Amazon even. So we got one speaker installed, all 4 screws are in. They're going to protrude a little bit into the inside of it, but that shouldn't be a problem. Almost everything you see me using you can pretty much buy on Amazon. It's the cheapest place you can get it. Like the speakers are like 30 bucks for the 2, and the little amp that powers them is 35 bucks or something. All in all, I think I got about probably between $150 and $200 into this box before the battery, so it's not cheap. Ice Hole Power is a company that also makes these, and for this model I think it's almost $500. So you can save quite a bit of money doing it yourself, and it's fun doing it yourself. You learn something. Hope you guys take away something from this video. I'm just a dumb college kid that knows how to wire up some stuff, so it's not hard. It is pretty time consuming. It takes a long time to measure out where you want the holes and then cutting out all your holes and make sure it's perfect. Wiring does not take that long. I use an 1/8 inch drill bit for that, for the speaker holes. If I just had a drill bit I wouldn't have needed to pre-drill them, but so since these speakers are backlit, you need to power them. Come with 2 sets of cables. One of them has a little black connector on it that plugs straight into the other connector coming out of the speaker. Plug and play. Just like that. The other one hooked up here. The only annoying part about these speakers is how small the wire is that comes with them. It's like 22 or 24 gauge wire. It's tiny. Should be soldering, but my other battery box that I built, not battery box, I built this same exact setup in an Otter Sportsman caddy for my cousin Peyton. We didn't solder nothing. We use it all season and it still works. So if I were you, I'd recommend soldering it, but I don't have any solder. So these are going to need power from a switch. Now these are the speaker wires. They have the little 2 metal connectors on it. Red's positive, black's negative. On the speaker, there's terminals you plug these into. Now I don't even see them right now. They're on the bottom, of course. Before you drill them in, make sure you see which side is positive and which side is negative. Now this is the power adapter that comes with the amp. Obviously we're going to not be using AC power. We're going to have to cut this connector off, splice into it with our 12-volt system. But for time being, I don't know which side's positive and negative, so we're going to test it. If you hook a speaker up backwards, it's not going to wreck it, it just won't work. So, we're going to try something here. There we go, we got the speakers plugged in both places here. So, I'm going to figure out how or where I'm going to put the battery in here. It's not going to fit like I want it to, obviously. I think we're going to have to set it up upside down like that. So, what I'm going to do here, grab a Velcro strip. Alrighty. Alright, we're gonna get these lights installed now. Make sure you, before you put them in there, you take these little washers off, so it keeps them tight. Alright, we got them pressed in there. So now you want to put the washers back on, tighten them up. Starting to look like a mess. I just cut this connector off of the battery pack that comes with. I'm gonna need to strip this by hand, I feel like. Now wiring this is pretty dang easy. I'll throw a diagram up right now of how I'm gonna wire it. But basically you run a wire off of the positive terminal of the battery and you run it to every single positive on the switches. So you need 4. You run a wire from here, one single wire, hit one switch, and then jump it the rest of the way. And you don't got to run 4 separate wires. Since there's 4 switches, you run 1 wire. You connect 2 wires on the first switch, jump the second one over, and just keep doing that. Now the same goes with the negative terminal. You run 1 wire out of the negative terminal, but you jump every single negative in here. All the switches, all the accessories on the negative. Now the positives on the accessories, like the positive for the speakers, the positive for the lights, those you run from the accessory tab on the switch. So I'm going to connect the speaker backlights and the amp off of the same switch, so we got to connect them all. Get those out of the way. I don't know why they include 8 feet of wire, but yeah. That out of the way. Don't need that. So now we got power and ground off of the speaker backlight. I'm going to strip these little tiny wires. Okay, we got all the positives and negatives stripped down here. And we also got to connect little amp wires as well. So you're going to connect all 3 of these with butt connectors. Let me grab one here. You want to set all 3 of them next to each other. Like so. Twist them together. And throw that butt connector on there. Make sure you get a good crimp, do the pull test. Good to go. Twist them up. Good to go. So now what we're going to do we're going to start with the positive terminal. I'm going to run 1 inline fuse out of there. Don't put the fuse in it yet. I'm using red connectors. Actually, no. I'm gonna use blue connectors. Doesn't look like I have. Use yellow connectors actually for this big wire. Throw a connector on one end. Get a good crimp. Slap that on the positive terminal. Now with no fuse in there, there's no power running through. Throw a butt connector on the end of that wire, because we got to run wire from there to the switches. Grab my red wire since it's positive. Store didn't have the right crimper that I wanted, but it'll make do. Measure out a little bit of wire here. Now we need to make 3 jumpers, probably 4 inches long each. And then you're done with the red wire for now. Strip both ends. Now the red wire that you got running over here, you add 1 jumper like this. Twist them together. Throw them in a red connector. Now the end of the 1 jumper, you add another jumper. Now you keep doing that till you got 4 connectors. Now you have 1 wire with the fuse coming off the positive terminal, and you got 4 connectors, just like this. And you figure out where you want your wire running here without tangling everything up. You want it to look nice when you're done. The positive is the opposite end as the gold connector. The gold is the ground. So we got the positive done. Now we need the negative. So, grab our black wire here and do the same thing, but now you have to jump every single negative in the whole box. The negative on the USB, all 4 switches, the negative on the banana jack, all the negatives on here, the lights, which you can connect into 1, and the negative coming from the speaker backlight and amp. So a lot of negatives to run here. I'm gonna strip back all these lights wires here, which is a pain in the butt, but you gotta do it. Alrighty, now that we got all of them stripped back, we gotta put all of them in butt connectors. Connect all 4 negatives, connect all 4 positives. Pretty easy. Even with 4 strands of this, she is thin. Make sure you get a good crimp on this little thing. So now the main ground coming off the terminal here, you want to connect a jumper to it. Tie these 2 together and connect it to the negative coming off of the speaker backlighting and amp negative. Now that jumper, you want to run along with another jumper. Connect those 2 and put that into the negative coming off of all the pod lights. Like so. Now you want to run that negative, give it plenty of room. We're going to run this negative to the negative of the banana jack, which I haven't put in yet. Now with these banana jacks, you want to put a washer and a lock nut and then a bolt first, and then you grab the connectors that I don't have out. Bring that back. These little washer connectors. And you want to grab another lock nut and a bolt. Tighten her up. got all the negatives ran. Now we just need to run the accessory. So like the positive, probably can't see it. The positive off of the USB port, for example, you run that positive to the middle switch, to the middle connector on a switch that you want to control it with. And I'm going to use white wire for that so you can distinguish. If you have troubles, break something, you need to fix it, you know what color you need to replace. It makes it a lot easier if they're not all black wires, for example. Alrighty, now we got everything wired up except for the speaker wires for the speakers. I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning up here with zip ties. This is what makes the battery box look so good when it's done. Zip ties. You can never have too many. Make sure you test everything to make sure it's working before you do this, though. It really sucks when you get it all zip tied down and you gotta redo something. Looks pretty clean. Then you get over here and you got the big mess. All I got left is to wire the speaker wire. So this switch I got wired to run this, which I can put my fish house portable lights into that and run them off that switch, or turn this switch on to charge the battery. This one, 4 bright LED lights on there. That one's the speakers. And that one is a dual USB / voltmeter. Almost done. I'm going to wire up these speaker wires here, clean everything up, and I'll catch you guys then. Should have been an electrician. Looks pretty clean. Took about 2 hours to get her all wired up here, all the holes cut. One last shout out to AMPED Outdoors. This battery's gonna come in clutch this winter. Lithium's really good when it's cold out too. Regular lead acids usually drain a lot quicker when it's cold, so. One last time, this switch I wired up to control the voltmeter and the dual USBs there. Tells you what voltage your battery's at, 13.3, she's pretty charged up. Got this switch powering the backlighting on both speakers and the Bluetooth amp, so when I turn that on I can run music. This switch is running the 4 pod lights. Going to be helpful walking to and from fishing spots, and then this one's the banana jacks. I can run my portable lights, or I could charge it as long as the switch is on. Go down in the link, go down in the description, click all the links, order the stuff, make one yourself. It's a fun time. Comment down below if you're going to make one. Tag me if you make one. Message me on Instagram, I'll throw it on the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.